Hey guys, I'm Phoenix here and welcome back to MinecraftZ. It's been a night of modifying my base to try and keep the zombies out. Added a few bits and pieces here and there. But what I'm currently doing is a little bit of work to try and get, ow, those really do hurt, to try and get this thing. Not this thing, this thing. A vernacular, essentially. It's a way of capturing Endermen. So when an Enderman teleports somewhere, there's a cost of mana, and the Enderman will teleport to the location of the flower. I think that's kind of neat. So I'm trying to make it, and it's quite a complicated build. So I'll just get rid of this zombie because otherwise it's going to break in and annoy me. Right, so the setup I have here, I have a mixture of day blooms and nightshades. So day blooms create mana in the day, nightshades create mana in the night. The endo flame generates mana whenever you throw combustible material in there. It doesn't work with lava, only sort of things that will burn without there needing to be any sort of byproduct. So for example, it won't do lava buckets. And then we have, that's ready to go. Then we have a mana detector into a mana pool, and that's sending redstone signal round into a mana spreader, which is firing mana at the runic altar. Now I'd need to just throw some living rock on top and something might happen, apparently. Did I not throw it here close enough? Should be living rock on top. It should be enough mana by now. I'm really pouring it on. Sparks are emanating. Living rock then goes down. I've had to be using a showcase by a guy named, I will throw him. It was a pretty good showcase. I'll throw the link into the description. Simply because I couldn't get this runic altar to work. I'm still not sure it should, when you throw on your living rock. Now I've put it in there, I've done all kinds of things, it's just not doing anything, which is a little bit weird. I'll give it a moment and I'll throw some more mana in. It does take a little bit of time to build up the amount of mana to that state, but yeah. So we've got a mana. That's the mana pool. Yeah. Oh come on! It's the system works quite well. Obviously, it's sending mana into the system. Aha! You have to tap it with a wand. Okay. And then you get your rune of water. I'm going to stop the system, essentially, by keeping a redstone signal going through. I should stop the whole lot. I'm also going to take off that redstone lamp because it's not needed. I'll just put that over there. That'll do. Right, so now we have our rune of water, and I can add that to the pile. What else do I need? A rune of lust, which is going to need 2 mana diamonds, a rune of air and a rune of summer. And that one's going to need a rune of earth and a rune of air. That's so rune of lust. What's rune of sloth need? So that needs a rune of air and a rune of autumn. I'm going to need a lot of runes of airs, it looks like. But I think in the grand scheme of things, this will be really, really useful. So, you know, off camera I'll continue to make more of those runes and see if we can get the ender pearl that I need, because I do need to start looking at getting some ender pearls. Meanwhile, some things have been going on. Been doing a little bit of prep work for Wellcraft. It's obviously not quite there yet, but I do just need to get specific kind of track. I made some track and I've forgotten where I put it. I've been working on trying to get some charged Certus quartz, but it's quite rare. But I do actually need to get the charged quartz to be able to do anything in AE. And I don't really have the diamonds either to do to go the other route, which would be to get a Project Red setup thing set up. So yeah. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a specific kind of track that I made. This one, the routing track. So the deal with the routing track is that you can tell a locomotive to go to a specific destination when it passes over the track, which will be very useful for something I have in mind. So I am in the process of getting all the components together to build a locomotive, a steam locomotive. So I will be able to run a steam locomotive along these tracks back and forth to get materials from the quarries back home to the main systems. I need to rework this anyway. But for now I can just place this. So the deal with this is this will be a loading dock. So whereas the quarry will move over each time it's ready to go, essentially, when it's ready to drop another one, this loading area won't change, but there will be a locomotive that goes back and forth. My plan is to have several loading docks in a line, each with their own sort of chest carts. Now I'm not completely sure how the other side is going to work, but when a chest cart is ready, it will spit it out onto this line here, and the locomotive can come round and collect it. But for now, I'll just do that. So I can put a routing card in there, and it will tell the locomotive where it needs to go next, which will be a lot more important when I've got multiple locations, essentially. So I will be able to have an automated system of long distance travel, using automatic locomotives, using signals, using routing systems. It's going to be kind of awesome, I think. And I think it will be a lot better and a lot cooler than just using ender chests all the time, because it's a system that isn't necessarily used, because it's a lot easier to just put down an ender chest and an ender tank. Whereas with this system, you can still do all that stuff, but it's just a little bit, I don't know, cooler. Right, so, and I do need to get another routing track. So it comes in and goes around here, something like there. All of this is going to have to change anyway. Just the way that I do the various systems, the Railcraft loading and unloading docks are going to have to change at some point, and I'm going to have to work out a good way of doing that. But I'll sort of set that up all, you know, off camera and work some bits out. 'Cause it's, you know, it's It's just a case of laying down the system, seeing if it works, and doing some bug tests, just to make sure that it's all happy. Something like this, so we've got a locking track above an item unloader. That works fine. Sorry, I had a bit of an early morning. That will work fine as long as the cart is in front of the locomotive, whatever kind of locomotive I'm using. If it's behind it, it won't work because it will get locked there and yeah, terrible stuff will happen. But I can expand the system by having multiple item unloaders with filters. So yeah, and I can also do things like train detectors and the like. I can do an awful lot, I think. So I'm gonna nip off now. I'll see how long the video's gone on for and stuff. So you know, I'll see you in a sec anyway. Okay, here's the deal, guys. I need a diamond. Now I have been mining a little bit, and all I could find was some coal. Yeah, I'm gonna make myself a diamond using industrial craft. So I need to get some clay. I need to get a few bits and pieces for this. I've started macerating the coal. So the coal, I've put 64 coal in the macerator. So that's going to macerate it down into coal dust. However, I need 8. I need some more though. That should be that looks like clay. Yeah, that's clay. So there are 2 ways you can do this. You can either use obsidian as your core for your diamond type things, or you can use brick. I'm going to be using brick. Actually, I've just remembered I only needed 4 clay, not the loads that I got here. So I just need 2, 3, 4 clay there. That I can keep for when I make the Tinker's Construct smeltery. However, I do need flint. I think I've got a load of flint. There's some flint there. There might be some flint knocking around somewhere. Maybe in here. Yep, there's some flint. Excellent. So, yes, the diamond is going to be used to make an enchanting table, which is going to be very, very useful for things later on. But first I do need that. I went on an explore and I did find a skystone, an entire skystone. That's just one I chipped off using the diamond pickaxe that I have. But yeah, I will need a lot more for this stuff. So applied logistics, you can use it to make. Oh, you have to do it into skystone to make the ME controller. You do actually need skystone to do that. Right, we got some coal dust here, so I can show you this recipe. And it should be that. So that gets you a coal ball, which you then compress. So the deal here is that you get 8 coal balls. You compress them down into tiny coal chunk, I think it's called. Then 8 of those around a brick block, like that. The bricks. Sorry, compressed coal balls. So I need 8 of those. Put them in there. And then once I've got that, then that will make me a compressed coal chunk, which you then put in the compressor and you get a diamond out of it. It's quite a nice way of quickly making diamonds, especially if you only need 1 or 2. I just need 1 more, and I also need to find myself a book, which I can do quickly. So there's probably one in this tower here. I haven't explored this tower yet. found a few of these around, so there's a few of these dungeons. I just need to be a little bit more equipped to really deal with them. Oh, there's a couple of books there, that's good. So yeah, I'll come back when I've got the diamonds and I can do the enchanting table, and just generally can cause some trouble. That. So I just need those 2 diamonds. Then that'll make me the enchanting table. Now, I have done this, as I said, I have done this before. I used it on one world to make 4 diamonds. It's kind of slow to do it, but it is worth it because you do get the diamonds at the end. So while that's doing that, there's nothing else that I can really show. So I'll just come back when that's done. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I did make the enchanting table and I just dumped it over there. I will just give you a quick rundown of I did make it on camera, but I don't think I actually recorded the sound. Yay. Right, so your coal ball, that's what your coal ball should look like. These are what you need to make. You need to make 8 of these, and then you put each of these coal balls into a compressor and you compress them down into compressed coal balls, and that will get you a coal chunk. That coal chunk then goes into your compressor again and you get your diamonds, and then your standard enchanting table recipe. And that means that I can now enchant weapons and tools and armor, and specifically I can try my hardest to get some fire protection, or just some protection of some description. I'm going to need some fire protection because I do need to look at getting some blazes, but that will come at some point. Though, I think the next job will be, this will be next episode now, but I think the next job is going to have to be to triple my ores. The Industrial Craft 2 system is good, and I will expand on the Industrial Craft 2 system, specifically for making uranium for when we get into reactors. But I think I need to start on mechanism, which means that I need to look at building a new facility. This facility is it's alright, but it was built with a need rather than, it was built to survive in. It wasn't necessarily built to actually build things in. So I think maybe over there somewhere, I did quite a bit of exploration. Maybe sort of over here, or actually, yeah, down here. I was going to put my storage place here, so maybe if I built a storage room there, and then I put my mechanism stuff above it, maybe? Kind of see what works. Maybe build a factory in there. I can technically run the rail, maybe even over here somewhere. That might work. But anyway, that'll be next episode now. So for now, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.